right, we'd like to welcome Keegan Bradley to the interview room here at the 2025 Rocket Classic. Keegan coming off a win last week at Travelers, which pretty much everybody saw was a pretty exciting tournament. What's the last 48 hours been like for you after victory?
It's been great. I got to go home. I have a place in New England that I got to go home and see my family and hang out, but pretty tired, but feel okay. Celebrated a little bit, but it's been a great 48 hours, and after you win, it's a whirlwind. So I'm excited to get home this afternoon and rest.
Yeah, I was going to say, how's the energy level? That takes a lot out of you.
It's better than I've had in the past, but it's certainly low. There's been times where I after I've won, I haven't really slept for very well for a while. You're just amped up, but I'm going to sleep well tonight.
Yeah, this is your fifth start here at the Rocket Classic, a couple of top 25s. What about this course do you think feels like it suits your game?
Yeah, I really enjoy playing this golf course. Reminds me a lot of courses I grew up in New England with the tree-lined fairways, and it's a classic Donald Ross looking course, and one that I really love playing every year.
All right, we'll take some questions. If you have a question, put your hand up and we'll get you a microphone. We'll start with Jimmy over here on the right.
Hey Keegan, congrats on the win last week. Obviously, a lot of noise coming into this week regarding the Ryder Cup and captaincy and stuff. You're playing with two of your possible teammates for the first two rounds this week. How do you stay kind of focused at the job at hand, which would be winning the Rocket Classic, as well as just kind of dealing with all these external?
Yeah, so for me, the only time I can escape the Ryder Cup thoughts are when I'm inside the ropes. So I'm able to escape the Ryder Cup a little bit when I get inside the ropes. When I leave those ropes, when I go this afternoon, I have some Ryder Cup stuff I have to do, but I've been doing a pretty good job this year of when it's time to tee it up in the tournament of being a player first. And then when I leave there, I have to be the captain. But I think one of the things I've managed well this year is once I'm inside those ropes, I'm a player.
How much do you dedicate to that Ryder Cup captaincy, and does that take away at all from your playing time?
So it doesn't take away anything from my preparation and my play, and I'm doing all this stuff when I'm home. But we're as we get closer to the Ryder Cup, things are amping up, certainly for sure. But every day we're working. We're on the chat with the vice captains, and now the team is really starting to take shape, and we know a handful of guys that are pretty close to a mathematical lock on the team. We start thinking about partners and formats, and things are definitely amping up.
Over on this side of the room, go ahead.
Hey Keegan, how did today's round of 9 holes, how was played today, especially after these heavy rains?
Yeah, it was great. The course is in great shape. Anytime you get a chance to tee it up in a PGA Tour event, there's a lot at stake. So there's a lot of FedEx Cup points available, and it's just another opportunity to bank some of these points, and you're winning here would be amazing.
Any thoughts on what the competition is going to be like this weekend? It's a pretty big field for the Rocket Classic.
Yeah, it's going to be great. This tournament creates a lot of excitement and drama. The back 9, a lot can happen. Eagles and birdies, and a lot of par 5s, a lot of par 3s, and it's always creates an exciting finish.
Keegan, your golf swing looks from the outside like it's very similar to what it's always been. What do you love about the way you swing the golf club?
Geez, I've never been asked that. I think that what's important with a golf swing for a player, but especially a PGA Tour player, is to not try to make it something that isn't you. I've owned my swing. I know what to do. I know the mistakes that I make when things are bad. And I think over the years I've really learned to accept how my swing looks. I got a weird setup. My hands are really low. Everyone thinks my clubs are super short. But I've done a good job of owning that, and that's the best way to have me play well.
What would you change?
If I could change anything, I would like to look more like Adam Scott or Rory in the setup and a nice finish, but that's not in the cards for me.
I have to mention the video that popped up on social media last week after your win, when you were first being recruited. Your swing hasn't changed much since then.
No.
But when you see that again, what sort of feelings does that bring back?
It's pretty cool. It was a stressful time in my life because I wasn't getting recruited by literally any colleges, and somebody suggested we make this like hype video or whatever it is. And you look back on it now, it's silly. We sent it out to 40 colleges. We didn't get one response. But thankfully, St. John's saw something in me, and now we can look back and laugh at it.
Just one last one from me. You mentioned the focus on the Ryder Cup when you're outside the ropes. I want to bring up the wives are a big part of that too, and your wife is pretty heavily involved this year. What's that been like for her, being involved in it?
Jillian is really is everything to our family and to me. She allows me to be the best that I can be. My youngest son Saturday night was sick and throwing up all night. I woke up, I had no idea. She's the hero of our family, and she's doing an incredible job of being the lady captain, and she's going to make sure that our guys and the wives are taken care of and ready to do everything we can to win the Ryder Cup.
All right. Anyone else? Thanks, Keegan.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.